What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the live stream that Bungie ended up having today regarding the Rise of Iron. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. I actually just finished watching it and we've got a few things that we want to talk about. We'll talk about those in just a second. I think what I might end up doing also is maybe putting up a second video today just with the live stream. I'll just upload that for anybody that hasn't watched it or hasn't had a chance to watch it or watched it and wants to see it again, wants to check on something or just do some little digging and research to see if you can find any Easter eggs or anything interesting. We'll go ahead and do that maybe after putting out this thoughts video. So let's jump into the big number one news, and that is the Gjallarwing. That's right, the Gjallarwing. We did a video on this, I don't know, a month ago, and I happened to just put that video up. I thought it was a complete bogus fake type thing that ended up happening. It was an image that came up on a Belgian website for pre-ordering Destiny. Thought it was completely fake. I put it up there. People really didn't dig the video because they thought it was just a fake too. They didn't think it was worth their time. And guess what? The Gjallarwing is real. It's for real. So not only are you going to get that black Gjallarhorn, that iron Gjallarhorn for pre-ordering the Rise of Iron, you also get a black iron Gjallarwing. So if you didn't have incentive enough to get the Gjallarhorn whenever you're pre-ordering, now you've got a Sparrow that you can also get. And I think this is actually pretty cool. Now if they didn't do that, I might have thought that they only created this after seeing that image and after seeing everybody talk about it, just as kind of like, aha, we gotcha, here, somebody made this fan creation, this fan Gjallarwing, and here we are, we're going to put it into the game just because we kind of liked it. But being that they had their creative process and they were showing it off, I believe that they actually had it in development. I have no idea how that Belgian website ended up getting that image and releasing it. It was clearly a mistake, and what's really interesting is just before I started up making this video, I checked my email and I see that I got an ad from GameStop and it's like, hey, pre-order your Rise of Iron and get the Gjallarwing. So clearly Destiny and Bungie had already sent out all of these promotional images to these various locations so that they have them ready and set for whenever they want to go ahead and send out their mailers to their customers. So this Belgian website clearly had this, and this Gjallarwing clearly was out there for some time, but they put it up by mistake. They probably didn't, it was probably just a communication issue. There was probably a communication and a language barrier. Whenever Destiny ended up doing its Rise of Iron initial reveal about the Black Gjallarhorn, they probably thought, hey, we can release all of these pre-order bonuses, not knowing that Bungie was actually hiding the Gjallarwing for us. So that was the really big reveal today. That's the reveal that's kind of got people popping off, because kind of the rest of the stream was a little bit lackluster, to be honest with you. So we got to see the Cosmodrome covered in snow, and it looks cool. All of the areas that you've been to, they look different. They've got those splicers running around, and what they've done is they've cut into the different geometry. You can see things are torched, and the turrets from tanks are being sliced off. Shanks are flying around trying to cut down areas, and they're trying to rebuild different areas. And Siva, her tentacles or his tentacles or its tentacles are all over the place. Not to mention that there are actually holes into walls that you can actually go into new areas. The problem is we never got to actually go into any of those new areas. Every place that we saw was somewhere that we had already been. And yeah, they took maybe a little bit of a detour going in the Sepix Prime Strike. But I mean, that's not really new. That's not really something brand new. And we didn't see the Plague Lands at all. So as far as actually getting that taste for what's actually coming in the Rise of Iron, or getting an idea of how big it actually might be, or what new activities are going to go on, we really didn't see that in this stream. In fact, I would say overall, this is probably the least amount of information that we've ever got in a live stream. There just wasn't much there at all. Just not much there at all. They didn't even talk about really new activities going on in patrols. Aside from things that you could just gather from seeing that devil tank down, you could assume that they're probably not going to be spawning in the Divide if a devil tank is already there, unless one happens to drop down and they transform and combine amongst each other. But I don't know. I guess I was just expecting maybe to see or learn a little bit more about our PvE experience, because here we are towards the end of July, and this is coming out in September 20th. Now, at the end of the stream, they talked about their next big reveal being at Gamescom, and what they said there is they're going to probably be doing another stream, and they'll be talking about the PvP activities. So if they do that in August, I guess that leaves only one more potential live stream that they might do, maybe in the beginning of September, or right in the middle of September, or right a week before the actual release of the Rise of Iron. Is that where we're maybe going to go into the Plaguelands? Are we going to learn anything about the raid? I would assume that we are not going to learn anything about the raid. The raid will be completely under lock and key. The raid will be 100% a secret. But I just feel like we're missing some of these other things. I don't really feel like this live stream, aside from just learning about the Gjallarwing, I don't really feel like we learned all that much. We saw some of the splicers, and we saw that they shoot red laser beams, and they said that they have many different abilities, but I didn't really notice those abilities actually in effect. I didn't really notice anything crazy or different to really say, hey, this is the Rise of Iron, and there's just this new experience that you're going to be undertaking. I like that the world is kind of living. I like that there's snow on the ground, and that things have changed up. Definitely makes the Cosmodrome feel more alive, but I don't feel like we got a ton of new information, and that's just kind of my takeaway on this stream. Like the Gjallarwing, like the new aesthetics, it looks cool. The splicers look really cool. I think that they look really sharp. The new armor probably looks pretty cool. New weapons, you could see there were some new weapon skins and new weapon sights, which looked just crazy. So there are really cool things in there, but we just didn't learn about them, and that's my only gripe, I guess. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Rise of Iron, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Gjallarwing. It's legit.